Breaking news coming in right there. At least 4 new training camps have been set up by Maoists in Chattisgarh. A recent security alert has been received by the Home Ministry has indicated that Maoists have intensified their activities ahead of the assembly polls in the state. One of the camps has reportedly come up in Ranjangaon, which also happens to be the Chief Minister Raman Singh's parliamentary constituency as well. Sources are now suspecting that Maoists are preparing to carry out a major attack to disrupt the polls. Another one has come up in Gadchiroli as well, where security forces have recently gunned down 39 alleged Maoists. Suhas Munshi, he's joining us live from our newsroom for more on this, and we're also being joined by PK Mishra, who's the former ADG of BSF. First up, going across straight to Suhas Munshi for more on this particular story. Suhas, we know that Naxals have impeded the elections in the past as well, and this is coming in as no news that they're trying to do this once again. What is their plan of action, and what are the specifics of the threat that the intelligence has picked up from on ground?
Yes, so Maoists have had a history of trying to disrupt elections by killing people, often carrying out terror attacks. So this time around, the specifics they've got to know is that at least 4 new camps, training camps have been, training cum recruitment camps have come up in Bastar alone. And in these camps, the ground workers are being trained to make and plant IEDs and handle guns. And the fact they've got a specific intelligence MHA has about the fact that some sarpanches and village heads in these areas are at the crosshairs of Naxals, who after killing them are intending to spread the message of fear and dread among the locals against participating in elections. So Maoists are and the fact is that they have been for a long time trying to plan a big spectacular attack after the current spell of rains in which operations on both sides abate. So the idea is to carry out a big attack, kill a lot of civilians and spread fear and dread and try and disallow people.
Suhas, and was it political expediency I beg your pardon, that made the ruling party paint a picture that Naxalism is receding, but that's the fact which is far away from the truth, because all of this perhaps was being done for a voter turnout in Chhattisgarh?
Yes, the fact is that the state government as well as the MHA has been saying for a long time that Maoism has been receding. The number of districts affected by Maoists have receded over years. But the fact is that the latest the terror camp, the latest training camp for these Naxals have come up in Rajnandgaon, which is the constituency of the Chief Minister. And another one has been reported in Gadchiroli, where very recently 39 Maoists were allegedly killed by alleged Maoists were killed by security forces. So the fact is that they are opening terror camps wherever they want, whenever they want, and are recruiting people and are going about imparting training of IEDs and guns to them. And also a fact is that the Chief Minister and some state leaders have asked for reduction of troops in their constituency to give an impression that Maoists are not as effective as they once used to be, but sources on the ground tell us that Maoists are a serious threat. The opening of Rajnandgaon terror camp is case in point.
Right. Before we go to PK Mishra, let's talk a little about Hidma as well. The Sukma activist Hidma has been spotted in Bastar. Now, if you could highlight as to why his presence in Bastar could be a cause of worry now for the security forces.
Yeah.
He is their military chief for all practical purposes. He is the person who is supposed to have carried out and masterminded the 2010 Dantewada attack, in which 74 CRPF men died, were killed, and the last year's Burkapal attack, in which 25 CRPF men were killed. He is the person who plans out and carries out and supervises big terror attacks, and he has been spotted very frequently with his battalion, with his platoon in Bastar area. Again, sort of hinting towards a big spectacular attack that he might be supervising.
Stay with us, Suhas, right there. PK Mishra, who's the former ADG of BSF, is now joining us live as well. PK Mishra, good morning, and appreciate you joining us on this broadcast as well. Walk us through the problems of conducting elections in Bastar, whether you think that the Maoists are gaining ground now or losing grip over the territory. What is your sense?
Yes, Chaita, it's a good question you have asked. I can well tell you that Hidma's presence, the intelligence information which has come, that Hidma's presence in Bastar and opening up 4 new training camps, one in Rajnathgaon in the constituency of the Chief Minister, and again one in Gadchiroli. This shows that they are on the job for taking I think they are coming in the correct axis to take revenge and Gadchiroli attack on them, where they lost 39 of their comrades, and they want to do similar type of attack like last year on 17th April they did, where 25 CRPF personnel were massacred and they became Shaheed. And I can well tell you, Hidma is he's a trained Naxalite who is to train on various counter-insurgency methods, how to attack, how to ambush, how to counter-ambush, and how to use the ground. Everything is known to him, and he was earlier getting support from LTTE, now he is getting support from PLA and various other groups who are trained. So it shows that particularly in Chhattisgarh, there is a development of the roads, development of electricity, and health and power also. Things have come up very nicely in Chhattisgarh. And in parliament, particularly in assembly election, they will try to disrupt the election in killing few of the sarpanchas or panchayat members, and also the police parties, because police parties will be going in small strength to various locations inside Bastar. Because they see election has to be held in all the terrain.
But you have the CRPF as well, that is deployed close to about 1 lakh armed personnel and heavy assortment of weapons and gadgets also to tackle these Maoists as well.
Absolutely.
So do you think that those attempts will perhaps bust the plans of the Naxalites, whatever they are planning in terms of the upcoming elections?
Yes, I can well tell you that yes, CRPF is well geared up. They are very well trained in counter-insurgency operations. Things what was there last year or in 2010, the force is absolutely okay with the new technical gadgets. They are using the drones, they are using the satellites, and this is good. If the Naxalites who are residing in various districts, they come forward, they know that it is known that they will be attacked in Chhattisgarh in these areas when the election will take place. So you are getting the targets. The police and the paramilitary forces, particularly CRPF, will definitely get the targets, and they are getting geared up. Even if the recruitment process is going on and they are threatening the villagers and taking the youths by force to join them and recruit them in those areas. But now intelligence is coming up, and it will be easier for CRPF because they are being trained in that type of terrain in those areas where earlier Naxalites and Hidma group was operating. Now CRPF is holding on their training camps in those areas.
But now, go on, sorry.
No, I can well tell you that I discussed with those commandants who are there in the field in Chhattisgarh, and they are telling, sir, we are well geared up. What has happened in 2017? Yes, we accept operational lapses, but that doesn't mean that our morale is down. We want to take the revenge. We want to go interior areas, and the election will be held, and we know that we'll get the targets. So we are getting ready. When we are going to be ambushed, we will be making counter ambush. They are trained in counter ambush drill, and how to make the communication with satellite, how to take the communication with the drones, and to go for operations, particularly in the field operation and technical use of the grounds and the deployment of various technical weapons. Now they are trained. It is not that easy for Hidma group who are there thinking that they can stop electioneering in those areas. Election
No, no,
will
you
take
have a
place
you have a
and
you have a fair
CRPF is
yes, you have a
capable.
fair point there. Election will
Yes.
take place. It's not going to be very
Absolutely.
easy given the fact that there
And
has been
CRPF
CRPF
can hold the
deployment
ground.
as well, and they will be able to hold
CRPF
ground.
will hold the ground.
The thing
Yes,
is that it is the Chattisgarh government and the chief minister who again and again kept saying that the Maoist activity is receding. But in his own constituency, we've seen an increase of Maoist activity right there. Was
doubt.
this just a bit
Yes,
of a
yes,
hogwash so that the voter turnout does not get impacted? What would you have to say on this?
Yes, I can well tell you. Practically on the ground, after after Gadchiroli, most 39 of the cadres they died, and what areas they were holding on the ground in Bastar, it is receding. It has receded also, but you see the whole, because Andhra they cannot penetrate Andhra. Now they are this Ramana group and also Hedma group, this Andhra group. They are mostly they are holding Chhattisgarh group and Odisha group together through Tulsi Dogri area, that is the border of Odisha and Chhattisgarh. And now the plan is this Tulsi Dogri area, this Odisha Andhra border has to be covered with drones and satellites, so that after making this Darbha Ghati type of incidents and killing so many Congress leaders, they escaped to Odisha through Tulsi Dogri. Now they cannot retreat. Of course, I know the whole concentration of Naxalites have come to Chhattisgarh because there is a lot of development of roads, a lot of development of electricity in those areas. There is a war between Chhattisgarh government and the Naxalites because the assembly election is coming. So who will take the lead? I know that a lot of civilians will be killed, giving a threat perception on the mind of civilians and the voters not to cast their votes, whereas CRPF will remain in ambush. They know the terrain very well. They will counter ambush. They will get the targets. So I think this is the best time to wipe out in Bastar and get the hold of that area by CRPF again.
Right.
I hope all the best definitely for the CRPF.
All right,
Hedma group will have to be ousted.
Yes, Mr. P.K. Mishra. One last question before we wind up to Suhas Munshi as well. Suhas, we know that MP is also going into election as well. So is there any threat in Madhya Pradesh as well?
Yes, the Naxals have Vistar committees, committees that take a view of the next 5 years plans and try and develop situations on the ground conducive to the setting up of Maoist base in that area. So we know that Maoists have been trying to set base up in Balaghat area of Madhya Pradesh, and they have been spreading pamphlets and they have been talking to people and inciting them against voting. A lot of Pathargadi movement that we reported on, there were some links drawn between the Pathargadi disaffection towards the government movement and Maoists also. So there are plans. MHA has received some security threats pointing towards some sort of disturbance happening in Madhya Pradesh area also, where the Maoists are trying to expand. How successful they are, maybe too soon to say.
All right, thank you so much, Suhas and P.K. Mishra as well for joining us right here with your viewpoint. And of course, the big Chhattisgarh Naxal plan has been unraveled. The Naxals are planning to disrupt the assembly polls, and the plan to attack Sarpanch village level workers. The Sukma mastermind Hidma has also been spotted in Bastar. We'll be keeping a close track on this particular story. But for now, moving on, at least one person